is busy still getting set up here. Calvin Castine at Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse. This is not a Section 7 playoff game. It's the coaches versus cancer weekend. We've got a couple of our Northern Tier teams that are going at it here, so we thought we'd come down and record the happenings as I drop my blaster on the floor. Team in red, those are the Beekmantown Eagles. And the team in the home white. At the same time, try to get the paper shuffling part over with, so we can concentrate a little bit on the Eagles, coached by Greg Waters, the initiator of this coaches versus cancer stuff, and the coach for the Bobcats, the Lion scores, is there's funny sports. Take a look at that. Is Paul Herrica's daughter, Jess Herrica. Jess now has got married around that, and this is her first year. And we're expecting big things from her. Okay, rebounded, who was that? 14, that's Gulabach, I believe. Yes, Gulabach. And Gulabach is there for the rebound. For the Bobcats, we got Gulabach, we got Tyler LaFountain. That's probably why Gerald and Loretta are here. 14, we said her. 13 is Jillian Scott. 21 is Tiffany Provost, and 20 is Heather Kingsolver. Other players are Brandy Trombley, Caitlin King, Taylor Stallings, Kristen Dover, and Anna Bentley. The players for Beekmantown on the floor are, let's see, 33, that's Riley Porter. 32 is Emily Anderson. 10 is Michelle Cressy. Anderson again, 24 is Shannon Ryan, and 25 is Grace Kelly. Referees are George Dyer and Steve Parker. Scores. Ryan is just an 8th grader, but she has been the big scorer for the Eagles. Looks like her grandfather Harold is here, taking in the game. Is the nice shot from the baseline by Kelly. This is the 7th of January 2011, and long shot for the Bobcats. Still looking. Oh, they do have I forgot about Galabach's rebound basket. It's 6-2. Temperature, I'm guessing in the mid-20s. I didn't really pay much attention. I'm too busy to worry about the temperature today. There's Cressy. another bucket. Let's see. We're not worried if she stays healthy about her scoring 1,000. We're just wondering if she'll approach Missy West numbers. Scores. Now 10-2 in favor of Beekmantown. Scott. And taken away by Anderson. 3-10. These will probably be fast games. Another bucket. High on the top of the key, that was Riley Porter. Bobcats are not afraid to shoot. Shoot from the outside and the rebounds come along. So if you've got a team that's taller than you, it's not that bad an idea if you can make a couple of those long shots. That was Anderson. The other one might have been Anderson too, the previous one, but I thought I saw 33, which would be Porter. Porter's hair is a lot lighter than Anderson's. We have a sub. Number 11, Caitlin King in for the Bobcats. And Porter will bring it into the forecourt. Rebounded by Scott. Huge bump. And now we have a foul. Now we're going to have Scheffler in. Scheffler in for the Eagles, replacing Anderson. Let's see, Kristen Almodorov is getting instructions. She's been out on the floor. I didn't mention her. Did I mention her name? Almodova, I guess. That was Porter. And it's 16-2 in favor of Beekmantown. Rolls off the rim. Scheffler with a turnaround, it's short. Grabbed by Anderson underneath. Won't fall, and everybody's going to give it a try. They're building up their rebound totals, if nothing else. And looks like Scheffler was able to bounce that off Kingsolver. Now we got 21 Provost looking to get back in. She went right to the floor. She wasn't going to report to the clock. No wasting time reporting to the clock. That shot was blocked by Scott. And from Provost, guarded closely by Porter, and we're going to have travel called. 40.1 on the game clock. Air ball, except kind of hit the rim, backboard, so not a true air ball. Kepler bounces one in. 18-2, 18 seconds to go. First period. Coaches versus Cancer at the field house. Porter will bring it up 4 seconds. Are they aware of the time? Would have counted. As Ryan's shot bounces off the back of the iron. 18-2 after 1 on Hometown Cable. Cressy will inbound it. As soon as Rick Bruce tells him it's time to go. Rick Bruce being visited by Paul Herrica. Paul retired 2 years now, and he's enjoying the heck out of it. Oh, that's the problem here. I don't know what the problem is here. Why Anderson is waiting to come in. Hoffman Rodriguez is in. Ryan is in. Who knows what that was all about? Shepler low, look to Ryan. Shepler follows her shot. Now Anderson reports in for Ryan. So I'm not sure what that was all about. Ryan was not on the floor to start. So they held off starting, put her on the floor, and Anderson came in on the next whistle. So I have no idea what the heck that was all about. Hoffman will inbound it. Porter will bring it up. CBAC Varsity Girls Basketball. Here's Cressy. Goes low. Shepler up. Shepler banging it in. Now we got Scott into the forecourt. Over to Provost. Scott from three-point land. Nope. Rebounded by Anderson. Okay, let's see. 11 is King. 25 is Bentley for the Bobcats. Bentley has the ball. Gets it to Scott. Scott pulls up, too strong. And the rebound was pulled down by Hoffman Rodriguez. Cressy into the forecourt. And here come the Bobcats. 6:08 to go in the half. Oops. Galabont turned to put it up, but saw a defender there and said, well, I won't shoot after all. 22 and 12. That's Heather Kingsolver in, Taylor Stallings, and Taylor LaFountain. They're in for the Bobcats. First time I've used this camera in this location, so I'm getting used to the movement here. After I use the camera a while, I sometimes keep the picture going without even looking in the direction that I'm taping, but that's when I'm very familiar with the camera, and that's not the case with this one yet. Ryan reports in for Shepler. And Porter will bring it up. Hey, we got a 1. A 1. We don't have a 1. Who the heck's number 1? Number 1 was not in the book. There was no number 1 in the book. Let's see, 10, 12, 20, 25. They're all accounted for. Back of the iron by Provost. Emily Beatty, no, she's on the bench, 20. Okay. The Eagles have one more player than what was listed, and I did have Alyssa Momot, who wasn't given a number, so I'm going to assume number 1 is Alyssa Momot. It was listed in the roster sheet that I got from Larry Converse, but she wasn't assigned a number, and she wasn't in the scorebook. So I didn't put her on my sheet, so I'm going to assume that 1 is a Momot. If it's not, and blame the coach. I take no responsibility for any mistakes that I make, or any inefficiencies that I may have. It's never my fault. Remember that. Ryan, a nice feed, makes it 26-2. Provost into the 4-4. Provost shot, no. Anderson says, let it go out. Scheffler in for Anderson, and somebody came in for the Bobcats. Up by Kingsolver. Tries to give it to Provost. That Ryan girl is in the way. She's fouled. One foul each with 1:32 to go. The refs have been letting them play. Chances are they're donating their time. Games are scheduled an hour and a half apart. So Kelly is going to come in for the shooter, Shannon Ryan. Shepler rebounds and puts that one in. That makes it 29-2, 124 and counting here in the first half. Provost, Kingsolvers throws it over, looking for Scott, goes off her foot. Well, we got Galabach, and we have 24 in for 22, so that's Almodovar in for Stallings. 1:08 to go in the half. Shepler, fouled. Good, just like that. Cats have 2 fouls. That foul was on Provost, and she has both of them. 30-2, 51.9 on the clock. Shooter across too soon. And Steve Parker almost sticks his thumb in the eye of Tiffany Provost. Provost brings it up over to Scott. Cats, long shot. Rebounded Shepler. Momot. Hoffman Rodriguez will inbound it. Shepler, top of the key, new. And rebounded and put in by Grace Kelly. 12 seconds to go in the second quarter. Bobcats have not scored here in the second quarter, but they're both of their points in the first period. Shepler with the outlet pass, and that's going to do it. A 22-2 halftime lead. The Eagles leading the Bobcats here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Heather Kingsolver will inbound to Tiffany Provost, and second half will get underway. We're hoping the Bobcats can put in a few baskets this half. Needs to get into double figures. They'll keep firing out there till something falls in, I guess. Rebounded by Scott, but somebody's 2 feet taller than you, it's tough to get a shot at underneath. Scott just found out. Ryan just reached up and grabbed the ball. And then they inbounded by Porter. There's Ryan. A little too strong. And we're going to pull down by Galabach. Doggone it, I'm going to get one in under there if I have to try again. And she did. She tried again and she got it in. There's Scott. Taken away by the Eagles. Kelly, it's to Ryan, to Anderson. And of a jump ball. Inbounded by Porter. Anderson, presenter, second attempt. What the heck is Ryan doing? Oh, was the net stuck maybe? I'm going to assume the net was stuck. Off the base of the backboard, tracked down by Kingsolver. And we have a timeout. Red ball, 5:45 showing in the third quarter. Ryan, top of the key, rebound controlled by Goluboc. Cats bring it into the forecourt. Ball bounces over to Scott. The fountain back to Scott, and hey, he got himself another bucket. Scott on the kind of like a give and go, passed it over to the fountain. The fountain got it right back to her. This young fan here was where'd he go? He's gone. There he is. Whoop, pass him around. Pass him around. Everybody. What are we doing here? Scott made another one? Oh, I think that's a relative of Scott too. Maybe a niece or nephew of Scott there that missed that, made me miss that shot because I was preoccupied. He made the foul shot, so it's 7 for the Bobcats now. And the NAC has actually outscored Beekmantown 5-2 here with almost 3 minutes gone in the second half. But overall it's 34-7 in favor of the Eagles. Scott passes in the corner. Quick shot thrown up by Goluboc. Goluboc didn't square up there. Somebody failed to teach her how to square up to the basket. A little late to learn now, maybe. Rebounded by LaFountain. And Provost brings it up. Gives it to Scott. LaFountain will try one of them, the long ones. Rebounded by Anderson. Porter into the forecourt. And we're at the 4-minute mark here in the third period. Almost a steal by Provost. We have Bentley in, replacing Goluboc. Top of the key. Ryan is trying to look underneath to Anderson. Provost gives to Scott. It's the front of the rim. Rebound in the hands of Ryan, but a hitter foot bounced into the Fountain's hands. And Kingsolver can't hang on to it. Porter into the forecourt. 3:15 on the clock. Here's Kelly. Stripped away by Porter. By Scott. From Porter. LaFountain, nope. Shepler in for the Eagles. Stallings and King in for the Bobcats. 2:45 to go in the third period. First game of the weekend I've got a total of 4 games tonight. I'll just do the first 2, and we'll do the first 2 tomorrow. The basket by Ryan. Somebody's got to inbound that ball. You know, they could pass it back to you there, Provost. You know, whoa, Scott for 3. Got to wait for somebody to come back, take it out. Just throw it to them, and then let them throw it back to you. You're the point guard. It's not like Beekmantown was pressing. And Ryan banks it home. 38-10 now. Bobcats are in double figures, and that's nice. Our next goal will be to hit 20. Trombley in for the Bobcats. Brandy Trombley, that is. And we got Momont and in for the Eagles. Shepler with the rebound. Out to Momont. Through the fingers of Anderson. Look out, ladies. Ball on the line. King couldn't quite keep it in place. Hoffman Rodriguez in for the Eagles. Minute 25 showing in the third. I think we're going to have a foul. Provost's third foul. So Scott comes in for Shepler. It's a 12.5 footer. Makes it 40-10. In the paint, intimidated by Shepler, and ball picked up by Beatty. Under a minute to go in the third. Shepler, another one, nice shot, trying to pull Shepler. 42-40. And ball goes off white. Nope, off red. White ball. White ball. King will inbound. Matt Lee tries to go in the middle, but knocked out of bounds. Now Scott to inbound it. Stepped on the line. It'll go to Beekmantown. Into Scott from King. Scott will bring it up. Bentley. King to Scott for 3. Wow! Wow! Got the Scott fans on their feet. 3-point bank shot to make it 42-13 at the 3 here on Hometown Cable. Viewers supported local television. Heather Kingsolver into Jillian Scott. A basket by Scott to end the third meant that the Bobcats outscored Beekmantown 11-10 in the third quarter. They are now at 13 points. 7 away from that 20-point mark, which seemed unreachable, but certainly seems within grasp now. Kepler with a turnaround. Like Grandpa Scott is back with that little one. Whoop! Lomont with the block, and she ends up swiping it. Oh, the old block and swipe trick. Rebound Scott. Stops off the glass. Nice shot, Jillian Scott. 44-15. Shepler, Newt. Shepler, yep. She keeps up. She might be pretty darn close to that 20-point mark. She put a lot of baskets in tonight. Oh, a little bit shy there by LaFountain. No, it's not LaFountain. That's Brandy Trombley, maybe. Yeah. Timeout, red. Okay, inbounded by Kayla LaFountain. Both teams have a LaFountain. Only seems fair. Rebound in the hands of Alma Dover. Off the rim on the shot by Kingsolver. Shot was missed. Rebounded by Almodover. Into the forecourt. Back to Scott. Quick play over to Trombley. And Eagles will bring it up. This is Cressy. 46-15, 31-point Beekmantown lead. Both the Fountains, incidentally, are wearing number 12. I would assume that's more coincidence than anything. And travel by Beatty. White ball. Cressy to inbound. Gives it to Momot. Top of the key. Nope. There's Scott, the rebound. This is it back. The Fountain back to Scott. Off the rim. This is Porter. And we'll have trouble on Beatty. So a lot of substituting going on. There's Provost back in. 4:15 left in the ball game. Fountain. Scott looking for another three. Yes. William Scott has put her team 2 points away from that 20-point mark. Actually, we want them to hit at least 22 so that they'll have scored 20 and a half. That'd be even better. Eagles will keep it. And short jumper from that Kelly. Yep, Grace Kelly. Provost. Tyler, okay. Tyler, not Taylor. Tyler LaFountain. There we go. Provost looking to make it. Nope. Lost it. Order into the forecourt. Stripped away. Who was that? Missed shot. Oh, you got a red timeout. Caitlin King will inbound. LaFountain with a shot. Newt. Rebounded by Kelly. Porter will bring it up. 2:24 left in the ball game. Now I have a foul on Porter, I believe. Only the third foul in the half for the Eagles. Bobcats have just one. 2:02 left in the ball game. 48-18. Red ball. Too strong on the shot by Provost. Under a minute. And the Bobcats do it. Both teams have scored 16 here in the second half. 50 seconds remain. Can they hit 20? Short rebound. And off the iron by Kingsolver. But rebounded. That was... thought the Stallings had the rebound, but then the Eagles took it away. LaFountain, no travel on LaFountain. .4 remaining. The Bobcats have 3 fouls now. 18 seconds remaining. Banked in by Grace Kelly. And 6 seconds. Air ball, that'll do it. That'll do it. For that Grace Kelly basket. The Eagles outscored the Bobcats 19-16 in the second half. What a nice little comeback for NAC. 51-18 is the final. The Eagles defeat the Bobcats, and that's the way it was in the Coaches for Cancer weekend at the SUNY Plattsburgh Fieldhouse on this 7th day of January 2011. Thanks for watching, and for those of you supporting viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable. Win, lose, or draw, TV worthy of your support, Hometown Cable.